teléfono sonó y yo lo contesté. La voz de una sexy chica escuché que me decía.
Hazme el amor, suavemente, suavemente.
We've been talking about all of this punta rock and all of this punta stuff, but yo, I discovered not too long ago that you produced for Shabakan too.
Oh yeah.
Yo, that song, El teléfono sonó y yo lo contesté. Yo, bro, I just came from Honduras. I was just hearing that. These are like you get what I mean? Like you produce stuff that is still that that you still hear them in clubs today and stuff like that. How was the experience of working with Shabakan on that production?
That was a different experience because it's reggae. So now I had to put my punta, knowledge aside and start working on a reggae, album. But it was fun. I don't know if you know that I did an album before that album with him. It's called Desorden.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah, that's with like different, Gato's on it, Chico now, it's some guys from like Panama.
Okay.
Then from there, he wanted to do another solo album, and that's how we did that one with, Que Rico, Hazme el Amor, and that album. So it was fun. I remember doing that beat for Hazme el Amor. We had finished recording for the day, and I was just playing on the keyboard, and then I just started that beat, and I remember he was looking out the window, and he just turned around, and he was like, yo, and that's how that song came about. He started writing to it, and but it was a fun process. Again, he had a Triton at the time.
Okay.
And he brought it in. Like I said, once I get something new, the ideas just start going.
Yeah.
So we did the whole production on the Triton, and
the Triton had like 16 tracks. It had like page 1 through 8, then 9 through 16.
Yep.
It was
So we did everything on there, and then we took it to Jake, and that's how the production, was made. But it was fun. I like a challenge, so so I like to do stuff like that.
Okay. Yo, another question I had, right? When you would do performances, because I seen you performing with Caligari a lot, but like the second generation, when Gifiti was there and stuff like that or whatever. Yo, so back in the days, right? What did it cost to bring Linky Zapata out of his house?
Oh man, it was a little pricey penny to bring me out.
Okay, I figured that, and thanks for the honesty, bro. Thank you for the honesty. I know it, because I be saying, I'm just like, yo, they know who they got. I'm like, okay, ese no salió de su casa por nada.
Because I wouldn't just come out of my house like that, just to go party.
Yeah,
it has to be a reason.
Exactly.
So somebody be like, hey, how much you charge for? Come help us,
And that's not including the taxi price from Brooklyn to the Bronx.
Because I'm not taking no train,
Right, not with an M1 or Trinity.
So if they be like, oh, I'll come pick you up or I'll drop you off, then all right, I'm there.
All right, cool. Yo, that's what's up. Yo, you know what's crazy? Us musicians from nowadays, right? There was a time where $100 was a lot. So we was getting like, 60. You know what we would get on a good night? Like 80 or whatever. So with me bringing that up, right? And with me bringing that up, how did it vary for you? Because I know from the beginning until like maybe the early 2000s, there's no way that you paying Linky Zapata the same thing you was in the 90s and then that you are. So how did that go for you? Like, were you satisfied with what you were making?
No, never satisfied.
Okay.
It was just, I guess at that time, being content.
Okay.
From Garifuna Kids was different pay grade to Amistad Garifuna to actually going to my last group I was with was Tormenta.
Okay.
Tormenta Agrupación. But as a producer and helping out these different bands when they call me to act, that's where I would make, all right, decent amount of money. But if you got a group, you got to split. That contract money within the group. So, but that's how I made basically my money more when I was doing it as an individual than a group.
Yeah. Yo, and that's what's up, man, because one day, it's like, yo, we got to get there, man. We can't just be, low in rank. And people say that it's not about the time. I mean, it's not about the money that is, but when you think about it, the time that you're wasting and making these other people come up and sound great or whatever, of course, siempre there's a price for it.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever.
And it's a lot too. It has to do with a lot of the groups too, because maybe one group would charge this much, but then another group would charge lower and they would get the contract. So it's like you degrading yourself by doing that. There's, I don't know how it is now, but back then it was like no unity,
Yeah.
you know, with the groups. Everybody would charge different just so they can get, you know, that gig.
Exactly.
You know, but like I said, I don't know how it is now. 'Cause-
Okay. Okay. Yo, but what I loved about hearing about you back in the days, that you were always like, clean hearted. Like, there was never, you never did anything in a malicious way or whatever. And if anything was done malicious towards you, you didn't like, respond in a way where like, yeah, people had to know. And I respect you so much for that, bro. And I just, wish that maybe all of us in the culture was like that. But
Yeah.
we quick to write songs about niggas. I know
Oh,
I
yeah.
am, or whatever and stuff like that. Yeah,
World
man.
start, yeah.
Nah, but I always, appreciated your humbleness, and I'm sure the community does too, for a long time, because this is like, over 30 years of, being in the music game
Oh yeah.
or whatever and stuff like that.
It don't seem that much, you know, but it's, by looking at it from the first Garifuna Kids album, 94, to I'm still producing to this day, is a very long time, a lot of years, I put into it. And I just hope that, the people, the Garifuna community realize, the dues that I paid and the music that, I make, it's for them.
Definitely. Yo, what's it like working with El Cherif, bro? I know you did a solo album for him, Siempre Romántico. And then before that, like you said, he was on the Amistad Garifuna track also on Nino's album. So what was it like, I look at y'all like two superstars, Garifuna Kids and, Grupo Casabe. How was that experience of working with El Cherif?
It was cool. It was fun. It's like, to me, I know a lot of times, like you would say, or other guys would say, "Oh, I get starstruck when I see you," or this and that. And that's how it is with me, with some people too.
Okay.
Like with Chetty, for instance, when I started working with him, I'm like, damn, this the dude from Casabe, so I get starstruck, But it was fun, I'm glad he wanted to work with me, to do that album, So we did that, and actually we did one last year too.
Oh, okay.
We did a song. It came out a couple of months ago.
Okay.
It was just a single, So, but it was fun. I love working with him.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah, man. Cherif is a great act. Yeah. Hey, so all right, you come out with Mi Gente, Mi Cultura Volume 3.
Oh yeah.
After what, maybe like a couple of, we're not gonna talk about how long it's been.
It's been some time.
Yeah. So how was the process of doing that? I know some of the recordings are like, super back in the days.
Oh yeah.
Raulito's song, I'm like, yo, that was young Raulito, boy.
Oh yeah. Some of those songs, like I said, once I moved here to Houston, I was like, I'ma just, you might need me to record, I'll record something, but let me just leave the music, alone for a while.
Yeah.
And like every time I would get in my car, I would listen to a lot of the songs that I recorded that never came out.
Okay.
Like I say, like Baby Lou, Dennis Krung, Pitano, they will always tell me when I speak to them, you need to come out, with this album, or another compilation. Big June would tell me the same thing, So, after a while, I'm like, I got all these songs, and once I started arranging one, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. And then I started arranging another, or finishing arranging, and that's how these songs just came out. Like Raulito has been, I think I did in like 06.
Okay.
And Cherif too, his song on there, I think I did in the same year.
Okay.
So there's a lot of songs on there that's like old but never came out. So
I like the vintage sound that it has, because when we hear the word vintage, we think of 80s and of a record spin, but it's just like, vintage is 06 is vintage or whatever. Or whatever. Yeah. So I'm hearing it and I'm just like, and I'm glad that you didn't try to renew it, because it's easy to get Alito to just come and redo it, but I'm just like, it's something about the spirit that's in these songs when you recorded them that así fue que salió or whatever. Yeah, definitely, man. Yo, but that's what's up though, man. that's really what's up. Yo, so what's new for Linky Zapata? Like, what are your plans? What is it that you have coming soon, or what is it that you have for the future?
Well, a lot of people asking me to do a 4th compilation.
Okay.
So I'm contemplating on that right now. So I'm not sure. But as far as recordings, I've been recording, different artists. I actually came out with, dealing with DJ Nelson.
Okay.
We came out with a album for Canario, Boiling Canario from Roatan.
Yes.
So it just came out actually last week. So, it's on YouTube and every other streaming app. So y'all go listen and get that.
Just like all his other old
You know?
stuff that we couldn't find is now on YouTube and
It's
Apple
there.
Music and everything.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
so
definitely.
but those are things I'm working with. You know, I'm working Hilili Ramos, Nino again. We just started reconnecting, working on that. Cherif again. You know, so different artists here and there I'm working with.
Okay, interesting. Yo, America solo album. I didn't get into that because I didn't write it down. That's another production. That's another production that I love a lot or whatever. I think Nungua is my favorite song because of that switch in the middle. Yeah, man, or whatever. So how was the process of helping out? I mean, I feel like everybody who was just coming around you and had a voice, you're just like, okay, yo te puedo hacer un álbum.
Yeah, actually, because he was in Amistad too.
Okay.
Amistad Garifuna. So of course we used to practice the same place where I had my studio, which was in my house.
Okay.
So of course he came up to me and said he wanted to record, and that's how we started recording. So shout out to Boy too, who was in that recording too, who
Blade
participated. Blade. Yeah, actually, like the last song. I think 3 of us did the bass on there. It was me, Boy, and Devin that did the bass. So no, and actually 4 of us and Marvin Mariola.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just it was just different parts. So that's why it was a Gifty part, Alex part, America part, and I think Tableta too.
Yeah,
so we just split it up.
I just thought about this. Amilcar last song is one of those songs, one of those Iranian songs with everybody.
Yeah.
Bro, you was doing, you was doing stuff, bro. Those are like hip hop concepts. All right, I just thought of it. You know what your remixes remind me of? You remember Special Delivery by G-Dep? Yeah. Special Delivery, I want that. Special Delivery, I think
I remember.
Yeah. All right, there's a song called Special Delivery. Then he came out with a remix, and they had a whole bunch of people. The same thing with Jagged Edge, where the party at.
Yeah.
They had a remix with Bow Wow. And so that's what your remixes, used to remind me of, like on some, everybody getting on.
Yeah.
And you better be hot.
That was the main thing too, to get the hot ones to record on there. So I was fortunate to have these people say yes and record on it. So that was a good thing.
Nah, definitely interesting, bro. Yo, bro, that was up. What you call it for all of the questions. No, matter of fact, I have another question. All right,
sir.
You and Big June, right? Y'all always had this, great relationship since Garifuna Kids, because I know his first solo album, you on there with him, and I know on your compilation he's on there or whatever and stuff like that. So talk to us about your relationship, so that way it can inspire people and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, actually, Big June, he's like my little brother. I knew him since he was 9 when we first started Garifuna Kids. And, we just always, been in contact, from since then, even when he was with Legacy to when he left, to LA to play with Garifuna Boys, and then he went to Honduras to be with Casabe.
Wow.
So we always been in contact with each other. And like I said, he's humble just like me,
definitely.
So we always have that connection. When he needs something done, he'll send it to me, or if I need something done, I'll send it to him, and we work like that. But it's a brotherhood with me and him.
Yo, that's great to hear, bro, because like I said, we see videos from 30 years ago and y'all together. Yo, another thing I realized too, you had a lot of fun in Garifuna Kids, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, y'all was always laughing at something or whatever. It was just, I'm always seeing you smiling, laughing, and playing the bass, and good energy, like always. Definitely, man. Yeah, also, Baby Lou told me also for this. All right. Yeah, Baby Lou also told me once that that you used to come from Brooklyn just to you would go to his house first and then y'all would walk to wherever he's performing at and you would just hang out with him. So I know you have a great relationship with Baby Lou too.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever, that we look forward to interviewing him also.
Definitely.
Or whatever and stuff like that. Yo, Linky Zapata.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your time, bro.
Anytime.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We're gonna, everybody that I do an interview with, I always say whatever we didn't get this time, there's always gonna be another time. I don't look forward to just do one interview.
For sure,
or whatever. So this is definitely the first one. Thank you so much for your time. And if there's anything you would like to, let the people know, this is the time.
Oh yeah, like I said, just thanking all the Garifuna community for, loving the music that I've done and that I'm still doing. And definitely thanks to you, Tito, for coming and giving this interview. Of course, your dad for perhaps producing half of you with your moms, you know.
Right? For real.
So, but to all the musicians out there, you know, just keep it up, keep up the great work. And if you ever feel like you discouraged, just keep going, you know. 'Cause I know a lot of guys out there, they feel a little discouraged that they're not getting recognized, but just keep it up, you know, keep up the great work and you'll get recognized soon. Yes, sir. And I'd like to give a big shout out to Alex Ciego, AC, Nildo, and of course Tito. Keep up the great work. Pontaology.
Thank you
Respect.
so much.